Here comes Jensen and Cameron! Hi guys. Hello, how are y'all?
T.O. Happy Thanksgiving, Canadians.
Thank you for waking up early with us. How many of y'all are on West Coast time with Jensen and me? All right, so we're doing yes, exactly. Well, thank you guys.
Although I'm on East Coast time now. That's the trick. You don't sleep the night before. Power through the whole day, and then when it comes time to go to bed, last night, it's like, wow, I'm exhausted. And it's 9.
Very, very true. So far so good? Everybody is covered in How many first timers? Welcome to the family. Welcome to our awesome supernatural family. We have been blasting through season 12. As y'all know, we're about to premiere on Thursday. Yeah. That's right. You're supposed to know this stuff.
They just tell me where to stand and what to say.
Yeah, that's true. And he doesn't always do it. But we're thrilled. I think it's been one of those kind of crazy seasons, and we just got an email from Peter Roth, who's the head of the Warner Brothers. This thing is so much people thinking. Ashton.
Always here.
He's so awesome. He saves me every time.
That's what it feels like to be Rob.
I was doing facial hair. Yeah, we got an email from Peter Roth, who's the head of our network, our studio, and just saying it's a really cool episode. He's really excited. So, told me something. Thank you guys. Well, before we just jibber jabber, let's see. You guys have been waiting a long time, so anybody want to yell any questions or angry statements? Yes. She raised her hand on angry statements, so a little nervous.
There will be a comment box later.
Yes.
That we will destroy. Hi, there's a mic in my face.
I have a question for both of you, actually. One is from my 7-year-old daughter, who has a massive crush on you and thinks you're very handsome, Jared.
It's all right, when she grows up and matures, she'll realize.
I'm waiting
Not
for
worried.
that.
She has great taste.
Yeah, I totally got there.
It's all right. Good question. Next.
She actually wanted to know what made you start Supernatural, and I know it wasn't
A
exactly you that
dream.
started,
It's
but...
just a dream. I just think I just snotted.
It's on fire.
And my question Jensen is my co-worker and friend is actually in Dallas right now, watching the Cowboys, and he wanted to know who is your favorite Cowboy.
Interesting.
Right now, Prescott.
Yeah. I like you.
Apparently we have a big New York Giants fan in the house here.
I didn't start Supernatural, obviously, but I think what attracted to me was the relationship with family. So, obviously the connection between Sam and Dean was something really cool and special. So I'm glad it did. Yeah.
Perfect,
Thank you, darling. I think you're filming, so. I have a crush on you too. Scarf. There's a cool scarf over there.
Farthest back.
It's a scarf.
Farthest back.
I'm going to you next.
Sorry, Pat. Well, there's one even further back.
Sorry, Pat.
Yeah.
If that is your real name.
Hi, I have watched your show since day one. I absolutely love you guys. Amazing 12 years. Oh my goodness. My question is, If you could have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, fictional or non-fictional, who would it be?
Wow.
My wife. But beyond that, if it wasn't my wife, because she would probably.
How about this? If you and Jen could have dinner with anybody,
If Jen could?
no, the two of you.
Oh,
Taking her out of the equation.
You know, I would like to meet my father's father. He died before I was born. I knew my parents, my mom's parents are still alive. They've been a part of my life. My father's mother passed season 2 of Supernatural. But I knew her, but I never got to meet his father. I thought it would be a cool thing to, yeah.
Yeah, his father's father.
Someone to blame.
Yeah, I probably could list quite a lot of people. I'm just gonna grab one of those names. Gandalf. I want to see some wizardry. It would make my dinner disappear or something. Granted, I'd probably do that by myself.
At the right amount of time. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Scarf.
Thank you.
My
Appreciate
scarf.
that.
No, you just did that one.
I was just appreciating the laugh, the courtesy laugh I was getting over there. Go ahead.
Take it anyway.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna mess up the name of this band because I can't say it, but Kaleo, thank you so much for introducing us to them because that album is killer. on
Yeah, I
repeat
didn't
all
stop
the time.
listening to it either.
So, Jared, if you ever have any suggestions on bands, like hand them over because we're clearly liking your music
Justin
style.
Bieber?
Vote it up.
As a Torontonian, I take offense to that.
Yes. Is he from Toronto? He is, isn't he?
Close by, yeah.
Y'all go back long enough.
No, you keep
I think we've had him long enough. It's really, I think it's time to
we like to
return.
share here.
What is the return policy on him? I'm pretty sure he's broken and the warranty's expired, but
Yeah, keep them. So my question is, have you pitched for any Kaleo songs to be on Supernatural this season? If you have, which one?
no, not yet. But what would it be?
Yeah, what song would it be?
I do like All the Pretty Girls. If you listen to the lyrics, it says, all the pretty girls like Samuel. So you might get that one. Yeah, I don't know, there's plenty to choose from.
I personally think Broken Bones would go.
Broken Bones, yeah. I did just play and you might see this. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Where's that picture? I didn't know your camera was rolling.
I don't always play it. Shit, sad. I played the song for, let's see, I don't know if I'm going to find it now. I was watching a commercial came on, I was like, what's that song? And I was like, and why the hell has that song never been on our show? I got it.
You knew that song.
Yeah, but it's never been on the show. Oh, we gotta sit through a 14-second ad now.
You can just skip that for 5 seconds.
No, I can't. It doesn't let you.
I can.
Well, it's because you haven't updated your phone
I did, and it sucks.
in 9 years.
Have y'all updated your, do you have iPhones? I did. I can't figure out how to send a picture.
So I played that for Phil Spiritual, who's directing the episode right now that we're filming, and he just looked at me and was like, I'm sorry, I failed. I don't know why we haven't used that before. So that would have been a great song for Baby, but anyway, we're always kind of keeping our eyes out for stuff like that. So if you guys ever have any suggestions, please.
Call him.
Yeah.
512. Who's that? Thanks. Just keep saying thank you.
What?
What?
The gentleman in the back.
How do you know he's gentle? He could be a real asshole.
You're not a rough man.
Okay, of course, I really enjoy the show.
Thank you.
Like a lot of other shows, and some I don't like much. I keep having this recurring dream where Sam and Dean show up at Vampire Diaries. In one episode, it's all over. My question is...
That's a waking dream for me.
I didn't say I was laying down when I had it. Well, my question is, if you had to, and you had the choice, what show, if you had to cross over, past or present, would you like to see Sam and Dean show up on?
Ooh, that's
Walking Dead. I'd be like, Sam, this Negan guy really looks like that.
Dude, you're drunk.
Again. Dad's still, apparently Dad's still on a hunting trip. And he's got a new weapon. It's a bat with nails in it.
That is a good answer.
Gilmore Girls. Roll into Luke's diner and be like, this coffee sucks.
DiBiase. Corner gas. Once upon a time, understood? Yeah. Well, but we kill people. Things, Dr. Sexy and me. Yeah, like Doctor Who or something would be kind of fun. Plus, we would have listened to Mark Shepard talking about how he was on Doctor Who. We were all on Doctor Who. So we could shut him up. I'm gonna go, I saw way over there. Yes. Hi.
First of all, I have a question, but I also have a request. It's very, very short.
Okay. Like my friend? Our friend Rob.
No. I'm just so happy to meet you guys, first of all. But, so if anyone hasn't seen the end of season 11, you might want to plug your ears.
Oh, shoot.
Spoiler alert. Don't ruin it for me.
So Mary, she's back. How Sam is going to react to seeing her back?
He's gonna flip out. Yeah, but Sam also didn't know Mom, so it's kind of a cool, we get to see Sam be a son. He didn't really like his dad a whole lot. We get to see Sam, and the funny thing, the irony is that's kind of Mom's fault. I mean, she was the hunter, right? But we get to see Sam kind of be a son, as opposed to, from the time we met Sam, he was an individual. He didn't want to be part of the family business. He didn't want to be part of this. He wanted to kind of go off on his own. So we get to see Sam kind of in a different dynamic. But that was your question, not your request. I'm scared.
Jensen,
Hi.
can you do your scream and your line, that was scary, from Yellow?
It's too early. He wants to hear me scream. Alright. I don't even know if I can do that anymore. Talking about the scary cat, right?
Think of a morning without coffee.
What's funny is he does it more than I do. You're always doing the. It's there. That's it's all I can muster right now. Maybe later.
That's as loud as it gets.
What?
Can you do it standing on one foot? Dance, monkey.
Dance, monkey, dance! I pay good money. That was scary. All right. How about? Hi. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
All right, first of all, go Eagles, because I'm from Philly.
What was that?
Go Eagles.
Oh. I thought you said goalie goes. I don't know what that means.
It's Torontonian.
What? It's Toronto.
Why are you an Eagles fan?
Because I'm from Philly. And, you know,
All right.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
That makes
so we'll
sense.
see how it goes this year.
What's that?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So we'll see how it goes.
All right.
I also have gifts for you guys. Just saying that. And then I was wondering if when the show finally ends, it might not,
She did say it.
if it ends, would you guys consider continuing conventions, kind of like how Shatner does for Star Trek and stuff?
Yeah, we talked about that. I don't know, maybe not as many, but because then we'll be actively looking for other work.
Begging for jobs.
Yeah. But yeah, this is, yeah, we do really enjoy these. So.
Yeah. It's also part of what makes literally the filming of Supernatural not so onerous and burdensome. It's getting to get re-excited in these new cool cities and these new cool, I guess, provinces now. But it can get pretty Friday. We start at 11:30 a.m., which means we're getting there at 11 a.m., which means we're getting picked up at 10 and filming straight till 2 o'clock. And it's kind of, no matter how much you love what you're doing, it's tiresome. You know, when the sun goes down at 6 o'clock and you have 8 hours left of work and you've been there for 6 hours, that's how I feel. You got me. You got me. So you get, you know, and we're older than we were 12 years ago, so it's more difficult to stay awake and be alert at 2 o'clock. And you find yourself like,
I don't know about you, I stayed the same age as well. All right.
Well, one of the things that makes that worthwhile is getting to see firsthand. Because, I mean, he and I both live in Austin, Texas. So we're in Vancouver filming, or in Austin, that has nothing to do with the entertainment industry. So we don't get to often see the fruits of our labor. I would rather come to a convention than watch an episode of the show. This excites me more than watching the show. You know, I know what happens in the show, so being here and feeling the excitement is part of what makes it all worthwhile. So.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And who do you think could win a push-up contest?
Cliff.
Yeah. You know, I read my scripts on the treadmill. I just, many years ago, I kind of have, I don't know if it's part of having anxiety or something, I have a lot of nervous energy. And so I found out many years ago that literally...
Notice.
Yeah. That's how he stays in shape. There's impersonation. But running on the treadmill, reading my script helps me to focus on the lines coming up. So I'll do that. But I do a lot of weights.
Yeah, I vary it up. A lot of, you know, jogging. We'll do, he and I both do these like workout videos, like
Jazzercise.
Yeah.
Tracy Anderson,
Jane Fonda, you heard of her?
Swinging to the oldies?
Yeah, some Richard Simmons. But you know, it's those socks. They get really warm when your leg warmers are. Like the, you know, like the Insanity videos, P90X stuff, like, because that's easy to do. It's quick. Like I did one.
It's not easy to do.
Well, I would say it's convenient to do.
It's not convenient to do.
It is convenient.
It sucks.
I did one this morning in the hotel room. You know, it was like, oh, knocked it out 20 minutes. Done.
I didn't.
Moving on.
I gotta say though, I'm pretty good at push-ups.
I hope they make it I put money on him. He's bigger. Of course, that means he's got more weight to lift.
What about you? What do you do this next year?
The last year I got certified to teach Taibo. So I've been teaching Taibo for the last
Nice.
year.
Nice.
Very cool. I love that. It keeps you distracted, right?
They have videos too, you can try that.
That's right. I don't know if I'm in that good a shape. That's right.
Yes, right here in the front row.
Do you ever have any accidents with your props, like squibs or anything like that
All
goes
the
off
time.
you?
In fact,
Just last night, no, Friday night, we, actually yesterday morning, if you want to be technical about it, this is about 1 a.m.
It's a 4 a.m. time.
But there was supposed to be, we had a young lady guest star on the show, Courtney, and there was a mirror above her that was supposed to crack, and it didn't crack, it exploded. Glass went all over her face and her hair, and luckily she was a good sport about it. She did get injured, but they had to like sit there and pick glass out of her hair. They generally put like a Mylar film over the mirror so that it won't blow out like that, it will just crack and it's safe. But I guess, I don't know whether that particular one, they didn't put the film on, or the film was weak and it broke open, but yeah, we've had, I mean, it's...
And the fire, and there's something touched
Oh,
on fire.
yeah, yeah. Misha he's holding something that kind of self-combusts, and it gets on fire. And I reach over and I grab a trash can, and he just throws it in there, and then I pour a pitcher of water on it. But the way that the item landed in the trash can, all of the flames were just coming up my arm. And so, in the mid take, so I reach over.
It'll make the gag reel, don't worry.
Yeah, it probably will. So boom, he throws it in there, and I realize, and I'm just supposed to be like, I'm burning. And I realize, oh, that's, my thumb is like in the fire right now. And so I basically the reenactment was like this. And I kept cool in the face, but there was certainly a slight body language of panic that happened. It was like, I got this. And then I turned around, I put the trash can down, and we go on the scene. And this is...
I'm getting something to go as trash can, because that was an incorrect impression. Here's our trash can. So the scene, Dean's being real cool. Something catches on fire, and Dean kind of like walks in the corner and grabs a trash can.
What is that walk?
Holds up the garbage can to Castiel throws this thing in, and he's like... He's 6 seconds under, I'm on fire.
So, cut to, I pour the water in the can, I turn around, I set it down, and I step back. Jared's standing here, I'm standing right here, the cameras are pointed at us, and I see Jared just do this. And he's like, turn the other way, and I'm kind of out of the corner of my eye going like, what is he doing? He didn't do that in the last shot. I'm like, he's probably looking at the trash can. It's probably on fire behind him, and he's making sure that it actually went. Oh no, he's hysterically laughing. All the while, the scene's still going on. Like there's still dialogue being, and I'm actually saying stuff, but my mind is not. My mind is wondering what the hell is he doing next to me. And I finally am like, what? And he turns around and it's just tears. And he's like beet red. And I'm like, what? And he's like, you're freaked out with a fire.
No one else saw it, but I know him so well now.
He knows me so well that he saw just that slight little brief, like, he knew that was not Dean anymore. That was Jensen trying to save his hand from being burned.
I think the honesty, and this sounds bad, but the honest, like, startled surprise makes me laugh. Like, if people are scared or something, I'm kind of like, not like, oh, this is fun and scary, but the startled response, for some reason, makes me laugh. And so seeing it on Jensen, like, no, I'm on fire. Just right in the middle of the scene. And like you said, it's a pretty intense scene. And so our young guest star is talking, and a few of our other stars are talking, and I'm like, I'm going to ruin this.
Yeah, so instead of like just saying, I'm sorry, I'm laughing, he just pushes me back to the camera as if that's going to save the scene.
Yes, so it happened twice yesterday, alone, so.
But yeah, props and
you had a nice chunk of finger taken off before?
Yeah, my Colt, I was loading it, and the receiver snapped back and took my finger, the meat of my finger, and just took it right off. And it was right as they yelled action. It was like action. I grabbed the gun, and then my finger was in. I was like, I pulled it out, and then I could just feel this flap of skin. And so I was like, okay, well that sucks. So I literally just thumbed the flap back down and held it like that for the rest of the scene. And then I looked down and there was just like blood just like dripping off my finger. I'm like, oh, okay, well I guess I didn't hide that too well. I still have a nice little scar from that. But yeah, stuff like that. I mean, over 12 years, constantly dealing with those kind of things, special effects, squibs, guns,
rusty
props,
cars,
blowing up things, self-combusting, fire. There's, luckily nobody's ever been seriously injured.
Season 4, the glass, the real glass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of stuff has happened.
Yeah, when Dean comes back from hell, beginning of season 4, and the angel voices, or they blow, all the glass blows at that little gas station. Kim Anderson that'd be a great idea to use real glass. And so I had to like lay down. I don't know if you've ever laid down in tempered glass before, but it essentially slices you open. So I look down and my hands are just, my forearms are all just sliced up, and I'm like, oh. Yeah, and so we were looking glass shards out of my arm. But again, I healed up, it was fine. There was no serious damage. So nobody's been seriously hurt. You snapped your wrist.
Snapped my wrist. There's a legitimate piece of my scalp in the prop lockup from the episode with when the guy's drinking bleach because one of the bad guys is telling one of the 7 sins or something is telling him to drink bleach. And we have to, again, it was Kim Manners, and he was like, get into the car faster, because Bobby drives his shit all through. And I was like, well, Kim, I'm 6'4", and I'm diving into the back with, all right. And so it's like, oh, in action. And we run, and I'm kind of like doing my little Tybo to get into the back. And I keep banging my head on the top, and I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm trying to get all of me into a little back seat. And I was like, I'll just deal with it. And finally, my hair lady, Jeannie Chow at the time, comes up, and she's doing this number, like, fluffing my hair up. And then she looks at me and she goes, what? And she like has like sheer panic in her eyes. And then she goes like this and looks in like, a clump of hair and a piece of my scalp.
I just love that he didn't even feel it. Like,
listen, when you're this tall, you hit your head on stuff a lot. People freak out, I hit my head on something and they're like,
he really is a moose. Like, just like, oh, my scalp, oh, my brain is exposed.
Oh, the cane knife, when he gets done with cane, it comes down from the barn, he's got, so when we have knives or blades, they're dull on the edge, but the tip is still a point, it's still sharp.
Still do damage.
Yeah, it can still do damage. And so he comes in and he collapses, right? And I kept on.
I had it in my left hand. I basically did.
Yeah. Because
literally, I felt it as soon as I was like, oh, that just went in his leg.
And so we hold it, and it's like the camera is like on the hug.
And I was like, certainly he's hurting right now.
And then as soon as they call cut, he's like, dude.
There's a knife in his leg.
Yeah. As soon as they call cut, sure enough, there's a rip in my pant, and my knee got cut open. So it was like blood on my pant. And I was like, oh, huh. Like, well, we're not seeing it in the shot. And I was like, all right. So I just roll my pant leg up and wrap some gauze around it. But it was like sticking to my legs.
I'm like, did you feel that? Feel what?
There's a
this. There's a dart in your neck. Too many darts.
Yeah. It's part of the fun.
Anyway, yeah, we've got plenty of stories about things not going as planned. But
I'll go right here.
Hi.
Hey.
So my question is, what was the most challenging episode you have to film?
It's a good question.
I would say recent. I mean, we've had a lot of challenging ones, a lot of challenging parts of episodes, but I would say as a collective episode, I would say maybe last year.
For you?
Yeah, well, and also,
fights and stuff like that?
for me certainly, but also on a technical aspect, but just figuring out how we're going to film it in that style was very technically challenging for our crew, because the camera operators weren't going to be operating cameras, and the sound guys weren't going to be holding the boom over us, and everything was like attached to the car, and they were smaller. We were using different cameras, so they had to figure those out. And then I had to essentially like turn all the cameras on and slate them, and it was like a one-man show, but it was, well, or a two-man show when he was in the car. And that was very challenging, both kind of physically and technically. But again, we've had tons of challenging shows.
Off the top of my head, I can't remember what the episode, which one it was, but it was one of the season finales where Sam has like Sam and Soulless Sam, or Sam and Lucifer Sam, and Sam and Hell Sam. So they were like a lot.
Wait, what?
Sam has to go kill the other Sams, or yeah, we has to get rid of like. And so when I've had to do different characters in the past, it's been easier. Like if it was Gadriel or Soulless Sam, or when the Neg Demon possessed me, it's easier to focus because you just kind of commit to that. But when you're doing a scene and you're playing opposite yourself, it's weird, because also my stuntman, who I love to death, Mike Carby, he's awesome, and he's studied, but still, like, you know, and we always have our prop girl Robin read all-camera dialogue, because she reads it in, like, the perfect monotone, where, because if somebody says to me, like, what do you think you're doing? Then I'm going to respond, like, oh, I'm just blah, blah, blah. But she'll do it in such a way where she's like, what do you think you're doing? Like, she just kind of says it to where I can then do what I know I'm going to do. I can respond to what I know I'm going to do as opposed to responding to what they're doing. So a scene where you don't know yet what you're going to do on the other side, but you're having to kind of respond to it, and then go do the other side, you're like, well, God, how do I react to this line? So I can't say a line like this. That was kind of a cluster bad word. Cluster bad word. But it was fun. It turned out pretty cool. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think that was it for us, guys. We are going to see y'all soon. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thanks for being here, guys.